So it looks like Fantastic Four crossed the 500 million. It actually kind of crawled, like it was limping, it was crawling, like its ankle was broken. It was just struggling to get across that 500 million mark, but it did this past weekend, crossing over and hitting $506 million at the worldwide box office. You can kind of see that the international numbers as well as the domestic numbers are very similar, so that is definitely a positive for Fantastic Four. But yeah, this was a movie that was really struggling. And unfortunately, we had that problem all year when it came to the MCU. Captain America Brave New World just limping across 400 million, where Thunderbolts didn't even touch, it didn't even sniff 400 million at the box office. Unfortunately, this is a trend that we are just seeing with the MCU. It's not a very good trend. I mean, me and a bunch of other people talked about this problem ad nauseum, where it's not just one or two reasons. People are so quick to point out, like, oh, it's this reason. Oh, it's this. No, it's literally a plethora of different reasons, a multitude of different reasons of why. Is multitude even a word? I don't even know. Multitude is a word. I don't know if it's used correctly in the sentence that I just said it in, but there are multiples that does make sense into this argument. There are multiple different reasons why Fantastic Four and the MCU has been struggling. And it's just not one or two things that people are just quick to point out, like, oh, it's this reason. No, it's many different reasons, guys. And unfortunately, I think the question that we need to ask ourselves is, what, not more importantly, what's the reason? The more important question is, how do they fix this situation? There are certain people out there that's like, why do you care about the box office? There, you'd be surprised how many people I get in the comments that like, why do you care about so much about the box office? Just go see the movie and enjoy the movie. Well, you care about the box office because if these movies don't do well, then you're not going to see a follow up, a sequel to those movies, or you're just not going to get a continuation in the franchise. That is why the box office is very important. There are several movies that I've enjoyed many times before that did not do well in the box office. We did not get sequels to. Look at Carl Urban's Dread. That movie was phenomenal. Bombed at the box office. Didn't get a sequel. The reboot Power Ranger movie had some problems, but overall I enjoyed it. Didn't do well. We didn't get a sequel. Look no further than your Zack Snyder DCEU, right? Started off pretty good, fell so quickly. Like that thing just fell right off a cliff. Guess what? They rebooted, and the DC brand was damaged. They had to reboot it, and now we're at the James Gunn DCU. It is very important when you look at the box office that yes, you want to enjoy the movie. There's tons of casual audience out there that just want to enjoy these films. But if you are someone like me who is a fan of these films, I want to see a continuation of these films. And you do not get continuations unless your movie is successful. There's been many different examples throughout cinema where that has been the case. And another prime example that it just, you know, boom, right in my head, Alita Battle Angel. Phenomenal movie. Alita Battle Angel, Carl Urban's Dread, those are two prime examples of phenomenal movies that just did not do well. Alita Battle Angel had a lot of CGI. That budget was extremely expensive. To this day, I still don't understand why they just didn't use makeup and practical effects for Alita herself. Why did she have to be CGI? But that was James Cameron and Robert Rodriguez doing their thing, and the movie didn't do well, and we never got a sequel, and it was a damn good movie. So that's why I care about these box office, is because I care about these properties. This is the fourth attempt to do a live action Fantastic Four movie. I'm not the biggest Fantastic Four fan, but I do like the property, and I want to see it succeed, and I want to see it, you know, flourish in this universe. But when it makes money like this, and it's very discouraging. And this is just an MCU problem, you know. This is, I mean, comic books just aren't popping the way they used to. I do think Spider-Man's gonna do very well Doomsday and Secret Wars is going to do very well. These are high established properties that everybody knows. They are event films. They're going to be like, hey, you want to go see the new Spider-Man movie? Hey, you want to go and see the new Avengers movie? And people will be like, yes. But for the most part, a lot of people, including myself, there are several movies out in theaters right now that I would love to see that I am just waiting for them to come out on VOD. That's just the way of the world. That's just like, I want to see Nobody 2. I want to see Weapons. These are movies that I want to see in theater, and I'm like, you know what? I'll just wait for it to come out on VOD in like 30 days. I have a great sound system, a really big TV, and I have a nice little theater room, and I can get a really good experience at a fraction of the cost. Don't need to go anywhere, and I don't need to sit there and put up with people on their cell phones when I'm trying to watch a film. So there's a lot of different reasons why these movies are doing what they're doing, but it's not a good look for the MCU. One thing of advice I would give the MCU, give Kevin Feige, is you need to focus on characters that people care about. You can no longer just sit there and think you can do an Eternals or a Thunderbolt and think that people are going to show up for that. I mean, Brave New World, people knew about Sam. I think this movie would have been better if the Falcon Winter Soldier show never happened and that was the movie. But it was not a film that people had to rush out to go see. Thunderbolts was a bunch of just reject characters other than Bucky. People just really didn't care about it, man. And people just did not care about Thunderbolts. And to be honest with you, Thunderbolts, I know a lot of people love that movie, but the more I think about it, the more I just do not like that film. Right? I would not put it at my bottom of my MCU movies, but the more I think about it, it's just like I'm not a real big fan of some of the choices they made in that film. I understand it was trying to talk about messages and all this stuff. I don't go to the movies for that, right? I just want to see an awesome superhero flick. That's really all I care about. So Thunderbolts was a huge letdown. I seen the movie twice, but yeah, it was kind of a huge letdown for me. But I mean, I guess it's a good thing that Fantastic Four did cross 500 million. Fantastic Four is another film that I really enjoyed. I saw it. I remember coming out of the theater going, hey, I really like that film. Highly recommend it. But it wasn't the type of film that I would go back 2, 3, or even 4 times to go see in theaters. It's like, oh, I saw it once. I can wait for Disney Plus now to see it a second time. I don't need to rush out to see it for a second time. I really enjoyed it, but I can wait to see it at home. And I think a lot of people have that mindset now where if it's not like must see characters like Spider-Man or Avengers or something like that, like we're just gonna wait for it to come out on VOD. A lot of people have that mindset, man. It's just the way things are going. But I do think props to Fantastic Four. If you want to say props, hey, at least you guys got the 500 million. You're at half a billion. I remember back in the day just saying the MCU name, anything with that Marvel logo was guaranteed to really kind of just automatic 500 million just by saying it's a Marvel movie. And you know, another thing I just thought of, I don't know if it's true, but I'm going to throw this out to you guys in the chat. You guys can leave a comment. Let me know, do you think, because saying you throw the Marvel name on it, you're guaranteed 500 million. Well, I know Sony's villain movies like Morbius and Madam Web and Craven, they're not part of the MCU, but they do throw the Marvel logo like in association with Marvel. Do you think maybe the casual audience sees that and are like, man, what the heck is Marvel doing? These are awful. And maybe that Marvel name recognition, maybe it just doesn't hold that weight that it once had. That people are just like, you know what, Thor: Love and Thunder, Morbius, and again, I know Morbius and Craven is Sony, they're not Marvel, but the casual audience out there, they just see that logo and they automatically think, and maybe that's really hurting the Marvel Cinematic Universe as well. I don't think this is a Titanic situation where the ship is sinking and you can't recover from it. They hit an iceberg, yes. I think they can recover. Spider-Man, although that's a Sony movie, Marvel Studios is producing it and help making it. That's going to bring in a lot of money for Sony, but I think Doomsday and Secret Wars is going to do well. The real question is, will they keep up the momentum? It isn't about if Avengers is going to do well. The question is, what comes after that? They need to be able to keep up that momentum. But that's just my thoughts on it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching on this holiday Monday morning, or in this case, afternoon. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. Hit that like and subscribe button, and I will check you guys out next time. Peace out, sauerkraut. Give the dog a bone.